Gordon is a bright blue tender engine that works on the island of Sodor. His favorite job is pulling the express and makes him feel grand and important. Whenever Gordon pulled the express, he always felt proud. Fastest and best! Fastest and best, he told himself. One day on the island of Sodor, a new engine came to the island. He had 2 tenders and bright, shiny green paint. His name was the Flying Scotsman. He was the first steam locomotive to ever reach 100 miles per hour. The engines from Tidmouth Sheds had come to see the Flying Scotsman. "I heard he was one of the fastest steam locomotives in the world," tooted Thomas. "And he has nice shiny green paint like me. Engines with nice shiny green paint are really useful," peeped Percy. Gordon arrived at Marin Station. "What? What is my brother doing with the express?" Gordon cried in outrage. "Brother?" Percy cried. "You mean the Flying Scotsman is your brother?" "Yes, Percy, he is." Then Sir Topham Hatt walked out of the station. "Hello, Gordon. Today the Flying Scotsman will be pulling the express. He's visiting for the next 2 days, and I'd like him to have an interesting experience. You may go now, Flying Scotsman." "Thank you," replied the Flying Scotsman. The Flying Scotsman steamed out of the station, and Gordon watched as he left with his favorite job. Engines were resting at the sheds. The other engines were talking non-stop about the Flying Scotsman, while Gordon did his best to ignore them. "Man, the Flying Scotsman's fast," said Henry. "Yeah," whispered James. "Did you guys hear that the Flying Scotsman broke Gordon's speed record for the express?" "What?" shouted Gordon. He was very angry. He was already mad about the fact that the Flying Scotsman was doing his job that day, and he was even more angry that the Scotsman had broken his speed record. So they all went to sleep, and Gordon thought of a plan. The next morning, Gordon was getting ready to pull the express, and the Flying Scotsman was on a different track, and he was talking to Gordon. "Gordon, what are you doing? Aren't I to pull the express today?" "Actually, dear brother, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to break your speed record, and I'm going to break your express speed record." "But Gordon, there's something you need to know. Not today, brother. I'll see you soon. Later." Gordon puffed down the line. 89 miles per hour, 93, 98. I'm going to break my brother's speed record in no time. But what Gordon didn't know is that the express route had changed. Gordon was now going to be going across the main line bridge. That bridge was old and couldn't handle high speeds that Gordon was going at. "Yes! 101 miles per hour! I broke my brother's express speed record! Now 2 more and I break his speed record!" But Gordon was approaching the bridge very fast. "Yes! 102 miles per hour! Gordon, you're going to... Ah!" And everything happened at once. Passengers were screaming from inside the coach. Gordon had gone too fast and the track gave out and he crashed down below. 2 of the passenger cars remained on the track, but one was dangling over the edge. Sir Topham Hatt soon received the news and went to the sheds quickly. "Thomas, Percy, you have to go to the main line bridge immediately. Gordon has crashed off the bridge and the passenger cars are dangling over it. One of the passenger cars is barely hanging on, and there are 29 lives you have to go save. Please go quick. Right away, sir, Percy said. Be careful, guys, James said. Percy soon arrived at the crash site. Wheel turn by wheel turn, they slowly coupled up to the coach. Thomas, go back! You're too little for the job! How many times do I have to tell you, Gordon? Little engines can't do big things, Thomas said as he pulled the passenger car back onto the track. All the passengers cheered. Soon, Henry arrived with Jerome the breakdown crane, and the passengers were released from the coaches. Then, Sir Topham Hatt caused a great deal of danger, irresponsibility, and dare I say it, confusion and delay. Sorry, sir, I didn't know about the new route. Well, we better get you to the works. And thank you, Thomas and Percy, for being heroes. You're welcome, sir. And while Gordon was taken to the works, Thomas and Percy went home, thinking about all the ways they could be really useful.